guys, welcome back to the DC show. This is T McNeil. Today is Tuesday. Let's talk some actual New Balance news once again, guys. Now I know you are familiar with NBA superstar KAWHI Leonard. Actually, he's hooked up with New Balance this time, and he's got a new shoe that's getting ready to drop sometime in 2019. It's called the New Balance Do Not Disturb PE. Alright guys, again it's from KAWHI Leonard, and it is officially from New Balance. Now usually what the athletes will do, they normally hook up with the likes of Nike, like LeBron James, like Kyrie Irving, etc. But it looks like KAWHI is trying to get out of that norm, so to speak, and he wants to basically create his own shoe, his own image from a different company. Okay. And at the end of the day, it's nothing wrong with that. A lot of superstars seem to do that. They want to break out of that normal type of routine that a lot of athletes do, and they simply go with other brands, okay? Again, nothing wrong with that to me. You guys let me know how y'all feel about that. But, reminds me of, Grant Hill, Penny Hardaway back in the day. Even the Black Mamba himself, Kobe Bryant, he had his own shoes over the course of the years. I even think Steph Curry has his own shoes. So a lot of athletes seem to be doing that, and I'm glad to see that. I don't think, and there's no shade towards anybody, but I really don't think that those athletes are really going to blow up quite as big as Jordan. Okay, I mean that's just my personal opinion. I don't really see the market for that. I mean, I'm not saying that the shoes won't sell or they won't do great. But I don't think, like I said, that they're going to match the global brand, that Jordan represents, okay? Especially in the shoe market, all right? I mean, not even just with shoes. I mean, with clothing too, socks, accessories, etc. I mean, Jordan is, like I said, is a global brand as well as Nike. So, will these athletes and will these other brands actually surpass or even come close to it? It remains to be seen. But let's go ahead and get into some information, guys, about the New Balance Do Not Disturb PEs from KAWHI Leonard. Alright. Now it does say right here, guys, that with the Eastern Conference playoffs starting next week and his Raptors having captured the number 2 seed, KAWHI Leonard is set to lock in for the postseason, and New Balance is assisting the forward in his championship quest with a Do Not Disturb PE iteration of his signature OM N1 sneakers. Alright. Says that the blacked out high top may appear simple at first glance, but closer inspection reveals that it's just as honed in on the details as Leonard himself. Now the design features Do Not Disturb stretching across the midfoot's band in glossy black letters and a crescent moon icon any iPhone user is sure to be familiar with on the tongue. It goes on to say that a large New Balance hit and claw graphic then appear on the translucent outsole to complete the look. Although Leonard is certainly not the first NBA player to receive an all-black PE for the playoffs, LeBron James, Zero Dark 30 Soldiers will be taking a break this year as the King will miss the postseason for the first time in over a decade. The shoe is clean and effective in its message. Alright guys, so that is the gist of the information there. I like the images of the shoes, and I want to let you guys know firsthand that actually right now there is no actual release date on the shoes, as well as there's no price point. So make sure that you guys keep it locked to the DC show, and when that information does become available, you guys know how I do, you will be the first to know. And that is the reason why I always say that it's very important that you hit the bell symbol, because that way when new information comes available or when a new video comes up from the DC show, you guys will be the first to get it. Alright, it won't come later on where you'll pretty much miss the information, okay? So without further ado, let's go ahead and actually put up some images of the shoes. Now, this looks like the left shoe, guys. You can see right here. It's definitely got that huge blacked out end on the inner portion of the shoe, and from the material standpoint, it actually looks like it's it looks more like a premium leather than anything. And then it got some individual stitching that goes around underneath of the end and around the entire overlay tab, as we can see right here, right where the shoestrings are. If we go down, now that material actually looks like some kind of a nylon, and it looks like a little bit of quilted material as well. So that definitely puts me in the mindset of the Jordan Y-Knot 0.2s. It's not quite as quilted as those, but it looks like it still has that same pattern, so to speak. I think that actually looks great. And if we look, guys, it looks like it has a nice little nylon strap that has the word "do," all right, on that side of the shoe. And then I can imagine that the "not disturb" is probably on the opposite side of that shoe. So guys, I mean, you can see the image for yourself. It definitely has the ankle loop right there in behind the tongue, as well as in front of the tongue. So I think that looks great as well. Even if we look around where the toe box area is, it's the same ordeal. It's got that kind of looks like a quilted material. Now obviously I don't have my hands on the shoes, so we just have to kind of go with the images and the speculation of what it possibly could be. Definitely I can't wait to get my hands on a pair of these shoes, because they look extremely comfortable. And I have to keep in mind that this is actually a New Balance product and it's not a Nike product. Okay, so you guys know how I feel about New Balance as well. I think the brand is just as important as Nike. I mean, I think they're a great global brand as well, and then we go from there. All right. Now I'm going to show you guys actually a pretty close-up image around the, it looks like the front strap of the shoe itself. Let's go ahead and put an image up so you guys can see right here. Now, what I did say in the beginning was you saw the word "do" on one side of the shoe, and I was obviously right, because now the words "not" and then "disturb" actually follows right across the top band of the shoe where the tongue actually is present. Okay, so I think that obviously looks great, and now we really can see a closer image up of that material. So yeah, it definitely looks like a kind of a nylon slash quilted type of material. I'm a big fan of that, as I mentioned before, because the Y-Knot 0.2s has the same exact material. And like I said, anything that looks remotely different is always going to catch my attention. Okay, so that's a very, very close, really the detailed image right here, guys, of this shoe, and I think that looks great as well. Now, guys, we go to the very next image. You can see that moon symbol right there, guys, engraved in the tongue area. It looks like it has some stitching at the very bottom, and I'm not sure if that's the lighting or if that's actually the color of the shoe, but it looks like it has kind of a two-tone kind of thing going on here. If you look at where the moon symbol is, the kind of has like a grayish strap, okay, and then the shoe itself is black. So I think that obviously looks great. You can actually see the end on but from what you're saying, it'll be on the left side of the shoe, but technically if you put the shoe on, it'll be on the right side, okay, on the inner portion of the ankle. But the end obviously looks great right there. And then like I said, the tongue also looks like it has that nice quilted material, and then it has the nylon material on the other side. Okay, and then guys, let's go ahead and put up the very last image. Here it is right here, guys. You can see the bottom of the shoe. I like the New Balance logo at the bottom. I like how they kind of broke the end up like that. I think that looks obviously great. And then, you know what, guys, if you look at the bottom of the shoe, like the overall style of it, you can kind of see it really does borrow from the LeBron 16s. If you look at the bottom of those shoes, it's pretty much like the same thing. It's designed a little bit different, but it looks like they could have did an icy blue sole, but instead of making it icy blue, it looked like they just kind of blacked it out and then threw some gray up in there as well. So I mean, that's obviously, you know, a good little subtle change in detail, especially coming from New Balance. Now here's the deal, guys. You know, New Balance, as I mentioned in the last video, is normally, you know, one of those companies that use the same materials over and over and over, like the not necessarily the nylon or anything like that, but they use, sometimes they use premium leather, you know, sometimes they use the suede, and the nubuck as well. Okay, so I'm kind of glad to see that for this particular shoe for KAWHI, that they're kind of getting away from the traditional materials and they're starting to go into, you know, in my opinion, more premium materials, you know, like the nylon, like the mesh, you know, and like the quilted material as well. So it's a nice little subtle change. And again, guys, like I said, there is no release date, there's no price point, but just make sure, like I said, you guys keep it locked. Now, I can't guarantee that the shoes will be coming out 2019. When, I don't know myself. And like I said, when I do find out, you guys will know firsthand. Okay, let me know also, guys, what you think the price point of these shoes should be. Now, I can't quite remember what the LeBron 16s cost. I don't think they were that expensive. The Jordan Y9 0.2s, I think, went for about 125. So with New Balance in these shoes right here, I kind of have the feeling that they're not going to be that cheap. Your regular 990s is already, you know, almost $200. Okay, at about 175. So I can imagine with the way this shoe looks and the overall style and the premium materials that they're using, 9 times out of 10 it's probably going to be around the same price, or it could be a little bit more. So that's the part that kind of makes me a little nervous, but I'll definitely stay up on it, and you know, we'll find out for sure. But you guys let me know what you guys think, like I said, the price should be, and you know, we'll go from there. All right, if you guys have any other comments or any questions, definitely leave them down below in the comment section, and I will get back to you. All right. Also, guys, make sure that you let me know if this is going to be a cop or a pass for you. Definitely, it'll most likely be a cop for me, but that is also dependent on what that price point is. Okay, if it's anything near $200 or more, that's definitely going to be a deal breaker for me. But again, that's just me. All right. Make sure, guys, that you like and share this content. I would definitely appreciate that. Also, if you enjoy the content, make sure that you hit the subscribe button. And lastly, do not forget to tap the bell symbol so that you receive notifications, as I mentioned before, when the DC Show puts up new content. So I appreciate you watching and listening and tuning in. Until the next time, have a good one.